Welcome back, fellow maidens. It is I, the Dark Fair Maiden, and today we are doing something I've wanted to do for quite a while now. We're going to be doing a tier list on Dark Souls. Now, a lot of you maybe don't know, I am a very big fan of Dark Souls. I haven't done much on my channel yet, but I intend to do so. I intend to play all 3 games and Elden Ring. Dark Souls has a very special place in my heart, and today we're going to be doing a tier list on the locations in all the Dark Souls. I'm more familiar with Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring, not so much Dark Souls 2 or Dark Souls 3. But we'll have a look at some of the locations as well, just so we can kind of see, and we're just going to talk about how amazing they are and what a true inspiration Miyazaki is, because they are truly one of a kind, just incredible art, incredible everything. So we're going to be discussing that today, so stick around if you want to see more about Dark Souls and what I have to say about them. So, starting off, we have the Northern Undead Asylum. Now, if I believe so, there's not much to see here. It's very quick. You're only here for a very short period, 20 minutes if even, depending on how skilled you are, because there is a boss here. Spoilers. So if you haven't played the game, there's going to be obviously spoilers in this because I'm going to be talking about it and talking about the areas. So spoiler, there is a boss here. You fight the Asylum Demon. Yeah, I think it's him. He's pretty easy. I mean, it's a starting off area. It's going to be pretty easy. So basically you just grab your weapon. You start off in a cellar. You're in this area. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about this place, to be honest. Not terrible. But yeah, for a starting area, it's pretty nice, pretty decent. I think we'll give that, we'll give it a B, yeah, a B. I think a B's fine. Firelink Shrine, now that's obviously a favourite of many Souls players. So yeah, I mean, obviously back in the day, this probably looked absolutely beautiful. And it still does, it still looks fairly beautiful, even with the graphics being as they are. But you're in this amazing area that links you to all the other areas, which I think is a really neat thing about this game in particular. I like many of the Souls games, but this one's just kind of in the heart of it, you know. So yeah, I think this is strong. Looks good. Some enemies in the area, you know, some nice NPCs. So yeah, I think it goes pretty high on my list. I think we'll give that an A. Undeadburg. Well. Undeadburg, huh? Undeadburg's fine, but as someone who wasn't very good at the Souls games at the beginning, this one was not one of my favorites. Very dark, very samey, a lot of annoying enemies just everywhere. As far as the design goes though, it's nice. You got this little like villagey area, you're on top of this castle, there's skeletons. So yeah, I mean, it's fine. I think there is there a blacksmith here? I can't quite remember. But yeah, this place is fine. It's probably about the same as the Undead Asylum, you know? Nothing special going on there. Undead Parish. The Undead Parish. Yeah, basic church. Not much to say about here either, I suppose. To me, it's another annoying kind of area. A lot of annoying little enemies to kind of fight off here. In terms of design, it's nice. So for that, I think it gets another B, doesn't it? You know, nothing bad, nothing great. Depths. The depths. Honestly, I hate the depths. Not because it's bad, but because it's so good that it's so bad. It's kind of like dark. It's dark, it's scary, it's miserable, all the things beautiful about a Souls game. But it's one of the places that when you're in it, you're just like, get me the heck out of here. So, yeah, that's pretty cool artwork there. It's very nice. That makes it look beautiful. It does not, I assure you, look like that. Oh, we have a little Souls map as well here. That's pretty cool. Yeah, the depths. Can't say it's my favorite. It's not the worst, but oh yeah, I see the worst. Blighttown. That's next. The depths then, I believe, can go in C. Blighttown. Well, 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 what do we have here? Blighttown, huh? Oh, ooh, ooh. Memories are coming back to me, pulling me in and reminding me of this bleak, bleak town and those enemies. Boy, do I hate them guys. Yeah, Blighttown is not a favourite of mine at all. And again, it's not because it's poorly designed, it's just so well designed that I hate it. I don't hate it, that's a strong word. I just very much dislike it. Lots of awkward platforming, lots of annoying enemies. There's poison everywhere. There's those like lizard things that are poisonous. Damn, yeah, it's a great area, but it's also very, very frustrating. So for that, I give Blighttown a D. Okay, the Great Hollow. Now, I actually like the Great Hollow. A lot of people don't. But I don't know, there's just something about this place I just kind of like. I don't know if it's because it's in a tree and like all the tree roots and stuff. Maybe because this is one of the only areas in the game that I find so calming. Because there is less awkward enemies here. You do get these toadstool guys, which are kind of annoying. But they do like a cool sound when you kill them, so that makes up for that. But I don't know, there's just something I quite like. Oh, I hate those guys though. There's just something I quite like about the Great Hollow. And again, and actually this one isn't even that well designed. Like it's fairly simple, but it's got a nice design. There is awkward platforming, but again, there's just something I quite like about the Great Hollow. So I'm gonna give that I'm gonna give it an A. I think because, you know, compared to Undeadburg and the Undead Parish, you know, it's not just a town, it's something a bit different. It's this big massive tree root, you know, it's something cool, it's something different, and something unique to Dark Souls. So yeah, it definitely has to go in the A tier, right? Ash Lake, again, another one I actually quite like. And a lot of people don't, for some weird reason. I mean, I get why they don't like it. I just love, you know, the vibe, the feeling here. It's lonely, you know, and it's, I don't know, I just really, really like this area. I love being here. But yeah, I don't know, I love the Ash Lake. And again, it's not like it's a great area. It's like, you know, there's not much to see here, not much to do, but I just really like this area. And I love how people have made this connection between the Ash Lake and Elden Ring. I think it's a very cool theory. There's a lot of cool theories out there, you know. So again, I think that's another A tier for me. I'm not sure what's going to go in the S tier just yet. But yeah, I feel like S tier would have to be not just design and idea, but also the look, the aesthetic. Ooh, we have Sen's Fortress. Actually, let's have a little look here. Honestly, this is great design. I have a love for Sen's Fortress, but also a hate. I don't like going through the fortress because I find it quite scary. It's dark. There's a lot of, you know, enemies. There's things swinging around trying to like kill you and knock you off. And there's those like annoying like enemies like the snake dudes. And it's just one of those places where I'm just like, get straight through here and get me out of here, you know? So again, design is very good, but I don't quite love it. So I think we'll put that in the depths. I think that's where that belongs. It should belong in the B tier. Oh. I think I have to go the B tier actually. Because over the depths it just has a little bit more personality. So yeah, Anor Londo. Anor Londo is... I have mixed feelings about Anor Londo, and it's not the game's fault. It's mainly because in Anor Londo, in the castle, I just feel there's a lot of empty spaces. Like, there's not much there. There could be more furniture, you know, more paintings. There is just a lot of enemies and mimics, if I remember correctly. It's still a beautiful place, and I love the different types of platforming that you have, that you can go up like ledges and stuff. It's very cool. So yeah, I can't be harsh on it because it's still, it will always stand as one of the most amazing locations, Anor Londo, and I love the name. It's very elven, It just reminds me of something like Lord of the Rings and Orlando, you know, it's a beautiful name. So I think for that, it just has to go in the A tier. I mean, you know, you can't not put it in the A tier. Painted World of Artemis. Now this is one of the ones I was saying that belongs in the S tier because it's so different, so unique, and also it's more of a, I believe it's like a side quest. It's not like one of the main areas you go to, and I just think it's epic. You know, you go through a painting to get to it. It's just so cool. I mean, oh, and this is where Priscilla is. Yeah, that's right. Oh, and I love Priscilla. I think she's an awesome boss. So yeah, Painted World for me definitely goes in S tier for sure, for sure. And again, not because it's maybe the most beautiful place in the game, which it is one of them to me. Also, just because the idea behind it. You know, it's a fantastic idea that Miyazaki had, or his team. I don't know who exactly thought of it, but it's a fantastic game. Fantastic location. Darkroot Garden. I don't quite remember Darkroot. I remember Darkroot Basin, but not Darkroot Garden. It's like, it's always a thing in Souls games where it's like, you have to be so fearless to be able to play it, and you have to play through the fear that you have. And like, I'm all for that. I just find it scary still. So yeah, Darkroot Garden. Another basic kind of one. It's alright. Interesting enemies, interesting bosses. I think though it goes in the B tier. New Londo Ruins. Yeah, I'm not a fan of New Londo Ruins. Again, it's just like one of those places that's so dark and so hard to navigate, and then you've got like these ghosts things like trying to kill you. It's just awkward. It's scary again. It's a cool area. It is, you know, the water, the ruins, but to me, it's just not one of my favorites. So for that, it's gonna go in the C tier. It's not as bad. Well, it's, to me actually, I actually do believe it's D tier. It is as annoying to me as Blighttown, and I think that's why I have to just put it in D. The Duke's Archives. Oh yes, I actually quite like this place. Yeah, I like it here. This is fine. Nice area, all the books, the library, the stairs, the interesting platforming. Yeah, I mean, this is fine. I think I'll go B tier? Yeah, I think B tier. Yeah, it's B. Crystal Kiev. Okay, the Crystal Kiev. The only thing giving this any sense of value to me is fighting Seath at the end. The big dragon. Yeah, Seath the Scaleless. Yeah, that boss. That's the only real thing I like about the Crystal Cave. Apart from that, I just find it very annoying, hard to navigate. You know, there's invisible platforms, things like that. It's still beautiful. It's maybe in the depths area for me, the C tier. Demon Runes. Okay, now in Dark Souls, you have all those dark areas. You have some lighter areas, like the castle and the Crystal Cave. But for most of it, it's a very darkly lit area. But then you get to here, which I love this area. It's difficult, yes. You know, you have Centipede Demon, you have other enemies I can't quite remember at this moment in time, but I love this area. I love how it's underground. It's dark, but it's lit up by fire. I just think this is so cool. I love this area. Yeah, I don't have much else to say other than I think it's pretty cool. I like it. Cool idea, cool to have it. Nice to see it implemented throughout the Dark Souls universe. Demon Runes. Are they up there with the Ash Lake? No. But they are definitely in the B tier. Lost Izalith. Bed of Chaos. Not one of the best bosses, really. Lost Izalith is okay. It's kind of in that same area we just seen there that in the Demon Runes. I don't really have much to say about this place. It's fine, yeah, it's cool architecture, kind of inspired there. Yeah, it's alright. It's okay. I think it goes here though. It's kind of annoying in some areas. Some of the enemies are kind of annoying. So I'd put it in the C tier. The catacombs. Oh, not the catacombs. The catacombs. One of the least favorite areas in my opinion. I do not like the catacombs. It's dark, dingy, dreary, lots of skeletons and explosive skeleton heads. I'm just not a fan of the catacombs. The design is fine, but it's not an area I like to be in. It therefore is going in the D tier. Tomb of the Giants. I don't quite remember this one. Tomb of the Giants. Hate this place. Again, it's so dark in here. It's so hard to see anything. Enemies just come out of nowhere and just like kill you. It's just awful. Hate it. D tier for sure. Valley of the Drakes. Again, I'm not a big fan of this place either. Probably because there's so many drakes about the place and they just shoot lightning at you. Yeah, for me, it's very low ball. Yeah, I'd put it kind of in the C tier. Killing of the First Flame. I think I'll put this in the C tier. It's just not my favourite place. Royal Wood. Yeah, not a big fan of this place either, to be honest. Just not really much to see here. Just a place you kind of run through. I think that would go in the C tier. Seal Township. Yeah, I actually quite like this place. This one's alright. I don't like those enemies though. They're fine, they're easy enough to kill. Yeah, this place is fine. Nice to see something a little bit different, a bit different platforming. So yeah, I think that goes in B tier. Ooh, Chasm of the Abyss. Whoa, and there he is, there's Manus. Yeah, I hate this area. Scary, dark, lots of those guys floating around. And as you can see, there's not much happening here. Yeah, don't love it. That's gonna go in the D tier for me. So I believe that is Dark Souls 1. This is Dark Souls 2, which I haven't actually played, so I'm not going to be rating that one. So yeah, we're going to continue on with Elden Ring, because I'm a lot more familiar with Elden Ring, as I've played it more so recently. Round Table Hold. This place is fine. You know what, I guess we'll just have to compare Dark Souls 1 to Elden Ring. And who comes out on top, you know? Obviously, Elden Ring is one of the most beautifully designed games so far, in my opinion. I am a big fan of Elden Ring. Love it. I think it's beautiful. Round Table Hold. Okay. So again, there's going to be spoilers here. So if you haven't played it, be wary of that because there's going to be spoilers. So deal with it. The Round Table Hold is going to be high on the list. It might not look like a lot, but it actually interconnects a lot of different areas, which it's so cool how it does it, and it's so unexpected as well. So I'll not tell you exactly where it goes to, but I think that makes it very cool. Also, you've got the two fingers there. Lots of things happen there. You get new NPCs throughout the game. There's a blacksmith. It's actually quite a cool area. So for that, I'm going to go with the A tier, because, again, very well designed. Limgrave. Let's go for a little video and images. So, Limgrave is, in my opinion, I love all the areas in Elden Ring. Limgrave, though, is like that safe haven in Elden Ring. It makes you feel safe going back there, because obviously coming back there later game, you're a lot more stronger and leveled up, so any enemies there, you can just like one-hit them. So it's just always nice to come back here, maybe go to the Church of Ella, which is where you meet the first merchant, and just really admire and appreciate the first area, because Limgrave is special in the lands between. You know, you've got Stormveil Castle, you've got... You know, you've just got so many great things there, and I do love it. You've got a great view of the Erd Tree, which you do in all of the areas, I'm pretty sure. But I love Limgrave so much. So beautiful. The colors, oh, and the music, just everything. It's a beautiful open world. I love it. I love Limgrave so much. But where do I put it on my tier list? That's difficult. I want to give it S tier, but I know that there are some other places here that deserve S a bit more. What do we do? What do we do? Oh, because Limgrave is so beautiful. I love Limgrave. You know what? I think we just give it an S tier because it's so open, it's so big, there's so much to see, so many NPCs. It's just a fantastic starting area. You do have a boss in there as well who's pretty difficult starting off, and he's still difficult even if you're leveled up. So I think it has to go S tier. That might get a lot of like people curious as to why, but to me it's just got a special place in my heart. I love Limgrave, so it's S. Next up we have the Weeping Peninsula. So yeah, Weeping Peninsula is still part of Limgrave. But it's not my favorite part. So it's like kind of like down on the map. Hold on, can we get a full map? Okay, not really. So this is the Weeping Peninsula, which is kind of like the south area of Limgrave. And yeah, honestly, it's got Castle Monroe, which turns out to be a really easy kind of area to get through. If I remember correctly, because there's two. There's that one, and then there's a harder one with a bit more to it. I can't remember if it's that one or not, or the other one. What else have we got here? We've got Witchbane Runes. We've got the Merchant, the Tower of Return. Got a Minor Erdtree. We've got a church. This place is fine, but again, it's just not my favorite area. There's just something about it that's a little bit more unnerving than Limgrave itself. So for that reason, the Weeping Peninsula can go in the C tier. I just don't like it that much. Sophia River. Now, of course, the Sophia River, it's like one of those ones that's an easy S or an easy A because when you first see it, it is the most stunning looking location. You've got this underground kind of world in the cosmos, and it's just incredible. You've got ancient architecture, you've got interesting looking enemies and bosses, and it's just a phenomenal looking area in the game. Like for most of the game, you're up in the world, you see nature, you see blue skies, you see the big massive golden Erdtree. So when you come down to this level and find this hidden world within Limgrave under it, it's just phenomenal. So for that, I have to give it an S. Sophia River is absolutely stunning. It's not even an easy area, it's quite difficult. So for that, it gets S straight away. Oh, Stormveil Castle. I mean, to me, I could easily give everywhere in Elden Ring an A or an S because it's all so beautiful. Stormveil Castle. Stormveil Castle. To me, I think Stormveil is a fantastic area, fantastic location. It's got so many enemies, a few mini bosses, two main bosses. You have Margit and Margot, and it's just fantastic. Fantastic location, beautifully designed, so much bigger than you expect it to be. And there's like some hidden little areas you can get to. There's some cool little NPCs you can interact with. It's just a phenomenal area, and again, this has to just go in the S tier. Beautiful and fantastic area. Liurnia of the Lakes. Mixed feelings about this place. So Liurnia is beautiful. You go from these greens and golds and burnt yellows to this more blue, somber area, and I suppose it reflects the magic throughout the lands, but also it reflects the events of what have happened there to Renala, the queen. If you don't know a lot of the lore, she did lose her love, and she now just kind of decays slowly in the castle. She is alive and well, but you can just tell that she is decaying within from the heartache. So I feel like it shows throughout the land. You've got the mist, the fog, the blue, the darkness, and the crumbling castle that used to be something great but has come to decay and, you know, has fallen. So I think it's a cool place. You know, it's quite big, beautiful, but where on the tier list? I think it gets A, or maybe B, because you're mostly going through water the whole time. So I think it goes B, although I want to give it A, but we can't just put everything in the A and S tier for Elden Ring, so there we have it. Caria Manor. I'm not a fan actually of the Caria Manor. The reason being I don't really like this place is it just feels a little bit empty. It's this castle and most of it inside is destroyed. I don't know, I just find it a little bit boring and like I just want to get through it. It's beautifully designed again, you know, and then you have the boss at the end of it. To me, it's just not my favorite area. It lacks, kind of. I think I'll put that in a D tier actually. I just don't care for the Caria Manor. You know, it's just not an area I like or really want to go back to. The Ainzel River. Okay. Don't like this place as much. I don't really remember it, like where it goes. But from this image of what I remember, I hate these ants enemies that you have here. Oh, is this the Ainzel River? No, that's not where it is it? Because this place is quite hard. Where I would put that. Maybe C tier? It's not bad in any way, but I think it goes C tier. We have the rune. Oh yeah! I really don't like this area. It's greatly designed. It's very, very well designed. But I just don't like the location. I don't like the enemies there. I don't like the boss that's there. Yeah, it's just not one of my favorite areas, to be honest. So yeah, this is the kind of area it's in. It's like kind of like on the side of a cliff face, and you have these different like little areas in it, and these are the kind of bosses, or not bosses, enemies you find. These kind of things that sing, they're very annoying. So yeah, I think it would go in the D tier. It's not like a bad area. If anything, I dislike Caria Manor more, but it's nowhere near these areas. Well, yeah, I would much rather go through the Weeping Peninsula than the strewn Precipice. Raya Lucaria Academy. This place is beautiful. So this place is beautiful. I wish it was bigger, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think this is another great area where it's like, it unfolds to be so much more than you expect it to be. There's loads of different areas, and it's a place I just want to come back to because I just really enjoy being there. I love the academy itself, where Queen Renala in the library. I love this area. It's so pretty, so great. A lot of annoying enemies though, but it is beautiful. But it doesn't get S tier. It falls short in some areas, but it still hits the A in my books. Keylid, okay, I love Keylid. I love hate it, okay? So I've actually done artwork for Keylid because I just find the colours phenomenal. Like the deep reds, the burnt orange reds, the yellows, this like kind of musky brown colour. I just find this area amazing piece of design, and it's just beautiful. Look at this. Decay, decay, decay from the scarlet rot. Like, even look at that. Look at that. I haven't even seen that before, and that looks incredible. The only downfall of Keylid is the enemies there, but that doesn't make it in any way bad. It just makes it a nuisance for me to go through. But that doesn't take away from how amazing it is. And of course you have Radahn there, which is to me, one of the hardest bosses. And it's just an incredible area. You know, you have the rot, you have multiple mini castles and towers. Fantastic area, one of my favorites for sure. I believe that goes in... I believe it goes in the A tier because unlike Limgrave, it's not somewhere I want to come back to regularly, although I've been to it a few times just to pick up some missed items. It's not somewhere I want to come back to because it's so difficult and so barren, but it's beautiful. Redmane Castle. I hate the Redmane Castle. It's annoying, a lot of annoying little enemies, just not enjoyable at all. I don't like this area. I think that goes in... So go in C or D. I think it goes in D. It's just definitely not somewhere I want to go back to. Divine Tower of Keelid, another place I just absolutely do not want to go back to. This is another really annoying place. There's some really annoying like enemies in here. Although, if I believe right, this is the one that has like the underground to it, which takes you down to one of the god skins. I believe so, which that makes it very cool. That gives it a bit more on the tier list. So instead of a D, that gets up to a C. The Altus Plateau. Altus Plateau is very similar to Limgrave. It's still an amazing area. There's lots of different things to see. Lots of annoying mini bosses and enemies there for sure. But it's just not my favourite place. So I think for that it goes in B tier. Oh no. The Dominula village. This place is interesting for sure. Some lore on this place. It's basically, I'm pretty sure these people are of the Godskin nobles. They wear similar garments, although I could be very wrong. But this is a village where they eat people basically, and they're celebrating that. It's a lovely area. I love how it so subtly brings in this. It portrays beauty with the nice pink flowers and this golden yellow grass, but something so deadly goes on there, you know? And you have this windmill at the top, and of course you have one of the godskins up there that you have to fight. It's a very small little village. You get through it very quickly. Some pretty good items you pick up there. So it's definitely on D tier, and it's definitely on the C tier. I think it's in the B tier, mainly because you do have one of the godskins there. Actually, C tier. Because it's not as big as Liurnia of the Lakes or the Altus Plateau, so yeah. The Shredded Castle, or the Shaded Castle. I can't actually quite remember that one. I don't think I've actually got there yet. No, I actually haven't found my way down there yet. I couldn't get in there. So I haven't actually been here yet. Yes, and I say I played Elden Ring, I haven't actually finished it because it's so difficult. But I'm still playing it. I've been playing it for a while, but you know, it's on and off. So you won't see any of that until I've got good at it, and then I'll maybe stream it. But yeah, this looks like another cool area. I see, obviously, they're part of Malenia's gang, which is pretty cool. She's one of my favourite bosses. Absolutely love Malenia. I think that goes probably just here. Doesn't look like there's anything special about it. Mount Gelmir, though. This is a very interesting area. Now, I hate this area, but for the design alone, it is beautiful. I mean, I say it's beautiful, and there's literally hanging bodies there, but it's just the design that, you know, Miyazaki and his team done for this area. It's so unique, so amazing. So for that, I think it gets B tier. Yeah, it's an interesting area. Again, it's just not one I want to be in, but I think it's a very cool area. So for that, B tier. Volcano Manor. Volcano Manor's okay. It's not overly big within the castle, although you do have the kind of under area, which is like the lava area, which could be classified as a different area, I'm not too sure. I can't quite remember, but I don't love this area. Pretty difficult bosses here too, one of the godskins, and then you've got the big snake guy, which I can't quite remember his name at the minute. Where is he? We seen him a second ago. I think it goes C tier. It's okay. Oh, we've got so many still. Okay, I think we'll go through these next ones fairly quickly because I'm getting a little bit tired because there's been so many so far. But I'll still put like a little image of them on the screen if I forget them. Then I'll have to look. Necron City. Necron City is very beautiful. Again, lovely architecture. Again, very much like Sophia River. But I just don't really like this area as much. It's just, yeah, it's just I want to get through it as quickly as I can. Again, beautifully designed, so for that reason, I think it goes into the B tier. Then we have this Soyafra Aqueduct. This place is quite nice. I do like this area. You know, it's not very big, but it's very pretty. So for that, I think it just, again, goes into the B tier. Again, these are easy ones because, you know, they are so pretty with all the stars and stuff. They're very nice. The Deep Root Depths. I actually love this area. I think it's super pretty. I love how you get to it. I think it's just a really cool area. So for that, I think we'll put it in the B tier. Yeah, B tier. Nocastella, Eternal City. Again, another easy one because it's so pretty and it's a nice area to go through. So again, it's just going to go in the B tier. The Lake of Rot. Well. Lake of Rot is an interesting one. I don't dislike it, but obviously I don't love it because it's so annoying. You know, obviously you get the rots if you're in the lake, which is annoying because it's kind of like poison. But it's very pretty, very well designed. You do have a lot of annoying enemies there, like those centipede looking things. So I think for that, it goes in the C tier. Moonlit Altar. So yeah, the Moonlit Altar's quite nice, so I think for that reason it goes in C tier. Ooh, we have Leyndell, the royal capital. One of my favourite places because it's like a little city. I think that's super cool and I just love going through it. I think it's so amazing to see what once was of the amazing Leyndell. So I think for that it goes in the A tier. Or, I think it actually goes in the S tier for me. Just because I love it and I love the colours, the golds. The enemies are pretty annoying, yes, but it's just beautifully designed. And yeah, I think it just has to go S tier for me. Subterranea Shunning Grounds. So this is another area I haven't been to, but I have seen gameplay of it and yeah, not somewhere you want to be. It's kind of the undergrounds. I believe that's how you get to the Dung Eater eventually. But yeah, not somewhere you want to be. Interesting game design. So I think for that reason it gets a C tier. But it's just not somewhere I want to be for very long. Frenzied Flame Proscription. So obviously this is near endgame and I haven't been here yet. But again, I've seen gameplay of it. Interesting area, but again, it's just not somewhere I want to be. So I think for that it goes D tier. Mountain of the Giants. Again, I haven't been to most of these end places, but I have seen most of the gameplay for them. So yeah, Mountain of the Giants. I know I've heard a lot of people say this about the kind of that area, that they just feel like it lacks. There's not very much there. It's kind of very rushed. And in ways I agree, but I feel like that's the whole aesthetic of that area as well. I mean, it's snowy. A lot of decay. What else do you expect to be there? Maybe there could be a few more ruins. I think that goes in the C tier for me. Castle Sol. I suppose I agree in a way. There's just not very much here. I think for that reason, it just goes in D tier. Then we have the Consecrated Snowfield. I think this is definitely one of the areas that just don't have a lot going on in it. Again, though, I do feel like that fits in with the whole vibe of the place, but it's just not somewhere I really feel like is that fun to be in. So I think that goes in Maybe into the C tier. Mogwin's Palace though. I do think that's a pretty cool place, so therefore I'm going to give that B tier. B tier, but yeah, I mean, Mog is, from what I've seen, is a very difficult boss unless you have kind of the right weapons and the right skills equipped. I think you really have to, you know, create a good build to be able to defeat him. Ooh, Crumbling Farm Azula. This is one of my favorite places. I love the lore on Farm Azula. I love the fact it's more dragon based. You have those dog looking bestial. I think it's just a phenomenal place. Then we have Leyndell, the Ashen capital. Godfrey. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool place still, isn't it? So I think for that it goes in the B tier. Again, I haven't been in this area yet, but to me it looks really, really cool. So I think it deserves a B tier for sure. Miquella's Hag Tree. I mean, this has to go for me in the S tier, mainly because this leads you to Malenia, the Blade of Miquella, and she is definitely one of my favourite bosses. I just absolutely love the design for her, her lore, her backstory, and of course the way up to the Hela tree, go up like the tree roots and the tree itself. I just think it's a phenomenal design piece and interesting enemies there as well. Then we have the Brace of the Hela tree. So again, yeah, I think this is just an absolutely stunning place, and again it leads you to Malenia. So I just think it's phenomenal, beautiful place for that. Probably goes to the A tier. So that brings our tier list to an end. From what I can see, it's fairly mixed actually. You know, there's equal amounts, 2, 4, 5, 2, 4, 5, equal amounts in the D tier. The C tier, there's quite a lot more of Elden Ring. We do have fairly equal in the B tier. We even have an equal amount in the A tier, although S tier we do see a lot more of Elden Ring. So honestly, I really do feel like you can't compare these two games because Elden Ring obviously is a newer release, came out in like 2022. Whereas 2022, maybe 2021, whereas, you know, Dark Souls 1 came out in like 2009 or 10 or something like that. So it's just so hard to compare them when you obviously have the amazing graphics of Elden Ring compared to the very low grade, you know, graphics in Dark Souls, which was obviously amazing for its time, but, you know, and to me, they've aged well. I feel like because I just love Dark Souls 1, it's one of my favorites. That and Elden Ring are probably my top. It has a special place in my heart, so I can't really say that Elden Ring beats Dark Souls. To me, I just think it's an incredible comeback. It's, you know, Elden Ring wouldn't be there without Dark Souls, so I think it's a great foundation. And it's kind of like Elden Ring is continuing on that legacy of greatness, of fantastic game design, fantastic enemies, fighting, skills, weapons, backstory, lore, armor, game design, character design, location design. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It's just absolutely incredible. And if you haven't ever seen Dark Souls or Elden Ring, which, I mean, I'm sure you probably have because not many haven't, if you're part of the gaming world and things like that, but just phenomenal set of games. And we are forever grateful to Miyazaki for creating something so wonderful for us to play and be a part of and immerse ourselves in that world. So yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. What do you think? Are you more of an Elden Ring or do you sway more towards Dark Souls? I know there is a big following for Dark Souls 3, but yeah, let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think of these places? What's your favourite place in Elden Ring? I would love to know and find out so we can maybe talk a bit more about that together. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, subscribe and tune in for more things like this. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope to see you again real soon. Farewell.